Well, Liverpool drew 2-2 with Arsenal at Anfield, and it was really a very highly contagious game at the field of Anfield. And obviously it was Arsenal that really scored the first two goals through Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli. Then Mohamed Salah leveled the game, missed a penalty, and Roberto Firmino coming off the bench and scoring against Arsenal, making it 10 goals. He has gone ahead to score against Arsenal, and no Premier League player right now has gone ahead to score more goals against Arsenal than Roberto Firmino. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. Good morning. It's Easter Monday, and I think you guys really had a very fantastic Easter Sunday. And we're here to let you know about what this beautiful game of football is all about, how it happened at the Anfield Stadium. Lots of action we got. Some you might have really watched it by yourself, and some that you might not even witnessed onto that field. But you know that in our new segment of how it happened, that's where we really go ahead and really bring you everything that really went down that field of Anfield. So let's see close 100 likes or 200 likes smash on this video. And if you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Let's go into how everything happened at Anfield. It started off with the moment of remembering the 97 fans, I think, that died, you know. Then the game of football started in the second minute, as you see there. Liverpool trying to really do the build-up play before Arsenal started to remain in the game of football. And then Cody Gakpo in the 6th minute went ahead to really go for a curling effort that really went way off the bar or the post, and it couldn't count in there for you. Then after this is Konate tussling it out with Granit Xhaka in the beautiful game of football, which I believe Konate is one of those players really played very well for a side of Liverpool as they took on Arsenal at the Anfield. He really had a very good game. He had the chance to really win it for Liverpool late, but Aaron Ramsdale pulled out what we call a worldie and really denied them that chance. Then in the 8th minute, it was obviously Bukayo Saka drove in the field from the right, leaving Robertson in his wake with some clear moment. He found Odegaard who goes ahead to find in a return pass or a wall pass, but obviously it just hits past Virgil van Dijk, directing the ball perfectly into the path of Martinelli through the middle, and then the Brazilian forward strided forward and pokes it past Alisson into the corner. What a starter for Arsenal, and that was around the 8th minute. That was Martinelli, and how he really put his ball or his boot into the back of the net and went to the celebration as he really celebrated that first goal of Arsenal in the 8th minute. That is him for you. Then Robertson really came close, you know. He really hit that ball and it really went past here. That is around the 19th minute. And then you see to it that Arsenal started to dominate the game of football and try to knock the ball around, with the likes of Odegaard interchanging passes with Partey, Ben White, and very many others. Then later, Aaron Ramsdale goes down. You know, this was what we call a strategic injury to Aaron Ramsdale, because after this injury and Aaron Ramsdale went down, Mikel Arteta called the Arsenal players to really talk to them and obviously give them new orders of how they're supposed to really handle this beautiful game of football that they are really experiencing at Anfield. You see White, Jesus, Thomas Partey listening to the words of Mikel Arteta into that game that ended 2-2 at Anfield. Then the game came on, and obviously Jesus headed that ball in the back of the net in the 27th minute to make it 2-0 for Arsenal from a well-delivered pinpoint cross coming in from Gabriel Martinelli. And obviously, you look, he was in between the two defenders, that is Robertson and Virgil van Dijk, and he headed that ball in the back of the net. Well, we ask, where was Konate? Konate had shifted and really turned into a right back because Trent Alexander-Arnold had been beat by pace of Martinelli, and Martinelli did the easiest to find Gabriel Jesus, and Jesus nodded that ball into the back of the net, and he went on to celebrate as you see him. That is Gabriel Jesus for you, and the assist went in for Gabriel Martinelli in the 27th minute. And that is how he headed that ball into the back of the net, and Alisson couldn't really find himself saving the team of Liverpool from conceding that goal from Jesus. Then in the 31st minute, Virgil van Dijk, who really looks vulnerable nowadays, just found himself booked because Jesus went past him, and after Jesus went past him, obviously the player went down. And obviously a yellow card was really given to Virgil van Dijk in the 31st minute. Then there was a blame game in the 34th minute between Trent Alexander-Arnold and the captain of Liverpool, that's Jordan Henderson, on what had really happened to them. 34 minutes, the game was 2-0, and it was unbelievable that Arsenal had gone ahead to put two past them, and the players were really taking the blame game to each other. But it looks like Trent was being blamed by Jordan Henderson in there as the captain. Then, before all that came through, Arsenal to score even the second goal, Jesus was really tracking back and obviously coming in to help the likes of Martinelli and Zinchenko on really defending a player known as Mohamed Salah, because he's the deadliest player. Then in the 40th minute, Xhaka and Trent go forward. Xhaka left a foot on Trent, and then right back reacts by pushing the midfielder in the back, which triggered the Arsenal man to square up to him. Yellow cards were dished out to both of these players, and this was the cause of their bust up. As Xhaka was really trying to run, Trent pushed Xhaka, and Xhaka really retaliated by really facing forehead to forehead into that scenario. Then, obviously, 2 minutes later, Mohamed Salah capitalized onto that cross that was really brought into the far post to find him in there for you and really hit that ball in the back of the net, and Liverpool had a lifeline towards the end of the first half, because if Arsenal had defended better, and the game ended 2-0 in favor of Arsenal in the first half, I think it would have been a long journey for Liverpool in the second half to look for 2 goals. I think Arsenal would have gone ahead to maintain its win, but Arsenal gave Liverpool a lifeline when Liverpool really scored this goal through Mohamed Salah, and is one of those players gone ahead to score very many goals against Arsenal. I think this was his 8th goal against Arsenal, that is Mohamed Salah. He picked up the ball, took it to the center line to really tussle it out. 4 minutes were added, and obviously they went into the halftime. After returning, then we had these battles coming in through. Fabinho just found himself being booked by the referee, and when you look at the face of Fabinho, he was so much surprised that, why are you really giving me a yellow card? But it was really a nasty tackle that he did on Gabriel Jesus, and he found himself onto that level and he was down. Then Bukayo Saka just found himself telling the referee that's not a penalty. A penalty was issued to Liverpool, and Rob Holding was the person responsible for causing it after really putting a player called Diego Jota down, and a penalty was given to Liverpool, and that's how Jota was taken down by Rob Holding, and luckily enough, Salah put it wide and it couldn't count, so it kept Arsenal in the game as far as they wanted to be there. Then that is how Salah really put it wide in the 53rd minute, and the game stayed 2-1. You insinuate that if at all Liverpool had leveled that game of football in the 53rd minute, maybe they would have gone ahead to knock on the door of Arsenal very many times to really call in for a win, and even find themselves in a situation of really making Mikel Arteta to not go defensive in the 75th minute and maybe bring on attack-minded players and really tell them, let's go for it, as we had into the first half. Then 73rd minute was all about Saka, a low drag back into the area, leaves Konate for dead, but this ball crossed the 6 yards box area is not accurate enough to find Trossard, and obviously the goalkeeper known as Alisson Becker just came in through and really saved the day. Then we saw Trossard come on through, and he came on for Jesus, and Odegaard was taken off, and Mikel Arteta brought on the captain, Jakub Kiwior, and the captaincy was given to Granit Xhaka. Then after there, this is Darwin Núñez finding himself in a position of really skilling off very many defenders, and he faced the goalkeeper, but Aaron Ramsdale pulled a very good save onto that, and he really stopped them from really scoring the equalizer into the 81st minute. But more pressure accumulated onto the players of Arsenal, and guess what? Zinchenko was beaten by Trent, and he came in for a far post cross it found Fabinho. Fabinho headed that ball into the back of the net to make it 2-2, and the assist went into Trent Alexander-Arnold in there for you. Then it was not yet done. Mohamed Salah came close in the 93rd minute, out of the 6 added minutes, and he really just found himself hitting it over the bar. Then Aaron Ramsdale went in for a calling effort to deny Mohamed Salah another brace, and it would have been a hat-trick if he had really gone ahead to put in the penalty. And this one, so Mohamed Salah had close to 3 more clear-cut chances that he never really put off to see to it that he stops Arsenal. Then lastly, it was all about Konate going in with the chest instead of the header, and Aaron Ramsdale pulled out the world that really denied Liverpool a win on the night. So guys, that's what happened at Anfield as Liverpool drew with Arsenal 2-2. Your reactions onto that are welcome in the comment section below. And David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Lord bless you abundantly, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends, Ramadan Kareem. I'm out. Bye-bye.